Can somebody please explain to me how we're already halfway through the year? It's the 8th of June as I am filming this. How are we already halfway through the year? So as you can tell, today we're going to be doing a reading wrap up, but instead of just May's reading wrap up, we're going to be doing March, April and May's reading wrap up because I didn't do a wrap up for March or April. So we're just going to put all 3 months into one video and then just see how that goes really. I just want to put some things out there. One, the lighting, I am working with what I got. I am so sorry. I even tried to film yesterday, the lighting was awful, so we're trying again today. I will continue to stop filming and just look at the lighting and see if I need to bring in my actual like filming light, but I think I just prefer natural lighting when filming YouTube videos, but we will see. Two, if you see this, I do apologise, but I need it. Okay, so starting off with March, the first book I read was And Then You by Briar Prescott. This is an kind of friends to lovers, forced proximity, romance, and it's also fake dating. And the fake dating part was 100% my favourite bit of the book. So they weren't really friends, but the fake dating made them friends, which is why I put friends to lovers, but I don't know if it would really count as a friends to lovers. I rated this book 3.75 stars. I had a really good time when I was reading it, but honestly, it has been quite forgetful. I don't really remember much other than the fact that I had a good time and they had to fake date in front of one of our MMC's parents / whole family. They went on like this trip together. That was literally all I remember. I did have a good time though, and I will be reading more by this author. I have read one other book by this author, but even that, I feel like her books are fun in the moment and then I don't remember them. So there's that. Okay, and then this is why I didn't do a March wrap up, because the next 5 books I read were all in one series, and so there was no point in me making a wrap up because I would have literally just spoken for about 5 minutes. But the series, or the first 5 books I read in a series, was the Ironside Academy series by Jane Washington. This series is basically just a fun time. Like, when I tell you this series was just a fun time. So this book series is kind of like paranormal-ish. I don't know how you would like describe it, but like, for example, this is the ranking system. So we have alphas, we have betas, we have omegas, and we have sigmas. Our FMC is a sigma and she goes to this academy, and in this academy you're just being filmed all the time for the humans. So you're constantly being filmed, you're trying to get good grades, but you're also trying to have some privacy for yourself, but then also trying to get points, and to get points you need to make drama. But these points are basically for you to be able to buy yourself clothes and like necessities. So it is very cool, a very different concept to anything I've ever read before. And our FMC finds out that she has a mate, and not only does she have one mate, she has 10 mates, and they are all alphas. She's mated to every single alpha in the academy, including 2 professors. Yeah, it was a good time. I rated all 5 of these 4 stars because they were a fun time, and I honestly just think about all of them as one. Okay, now we're going to move on to April, which was actually my birthday month, and I would have loved a better reading month for that, but it just honestly kind of disappointed me, but it is what it is. The first book I read was actually the last book in the Ironside Academy series. I also rate that 4 stars. I think we can move on because I explained a lot about that in March's bit, so we're just gonna move on to the next book. I then read The Wildcard by Piper Rain. Guys, I am having the best time with this series. I've actually listened to the audiobooks for all of these so far and I'm having such a good time. So this book follows our FMC who finds out she's pregnant after a one-night stand with her brother's best friend. And honestly, it was just such a good time. So our MFC is a baseball player, and our FMC, she's panicking because, you know, our MMC is a baseball player, he's got a whole career ahead of him. So in her head, she's thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to raise this baby on my own. But he is like, absolutely not. He steps up, he takes care of her, and it's just so good. I loved this book. I had such a good time and I definitely recommend this series. So far, I think my favourite has been the first one, but I'm hoping the last one is as good as the others have been. I rated this book 4.5 stars, again, had such a good time with it. I then read an arc, Pieces of Me by Hayley Harris. This was a small town romance with suspense. She has past trauma, and so she leaves the town that she was originally from and it comes to this town with a new identity and is just trying to remake her life and have a good future ahead of her. She owns a bakery with her best friend and starts to like the sheriff of the town, and our sheriff has been down bad for her ever since she came to the town. He loves her, so it was very cute. I did enjoy this. I rated 3.75 stars because I do kind of wish it wasn't as insta-lovey as it was in some parts, and some parts were really cheesy, but then again, I do love a cheesy romance. And the last book I read was The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. This was actually my first Sarah Adams book and I had a really good time. Very much a cheesy rom-com, but honestly I loved it. I rated this one 4 stars or 3.75. I think it was 3.75. Let me check. Yeah, I rated it 3.75 stars. This book was Best Friends to Lovers. She's a ballerina, he's an American football player, and yeah, good time. I loved it. They were just doing the whole, oh my gosh, if I tell this person I like them, it's gonna ruin a friendship type of thing. And it took ages for them to love each other, but it was a fun time. I did really enjoy it. And then we go into May, my favourite month. I don't know of the year so far, but honestly I think it might be because I had such a good reading month. So we're gonna start off with the first book I read in May, and it's the only 5-star of this video, and that is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. This book oh my gosh, this book, when I tell you it had me sobbing and laughing and angry, it had me feeling all the emotions. This book was so good. This book was so good. This book was amazing. I was just about to go on a whole tangent and then remembered there are probably people that have not read this series, so I'm gonna have to cut out some things I just said because I was being silly. I think the lighting just went a bit. I do apologise. Okay, I think this is a bit better. It's the best I can do at the moment because if I put my light too bright, it just looks really artificial and I don't like it. But anyways, back to this book. Back to this amazing piece of art. I genuinely love this book so much. I know some people are going to ask, what do I prefer? This one or A Court of Mist and Fury? Honestly, both. Just give me them both. No, I feel like for the romance, A Court of Mist and Fury. For the plot, A Court of Wings and Ruin. Because the plot in this one, wow, had me hooked. But the romance in A Court of Mist and Fury, I still think about it daily, okay? Oh my gosh, it was so good. Anyways, I think we need to move on to the next book. And the next book was also technically a 5-star, but it was actually a reread. And in fact, it wasn't just a reread. It was my 6th reread of this book. And if you can't see what that says, it's The Deal. This is one of my favourite books of all time. Crazy, I know. But it's just amazing and it holds so much nostalgia for me. And I will forever love it. I'll be 90 and still love this book. I don't care. But I think you guys can guess why I reread this book. The show was coming out and I was getting ready to watch the show. I wanted to go into the show with everything kind of fresh in my head from the books. So I did, and I absolutely loved the show, mind you. That is like my whole personality right now. That and the ACOTAR series. I am actually unbearable at the moment. But guys, this book is incredible. The show is incredible. I don't really know what to do with myself. I've been telling literally everybody and their mum to watch this show and read the book. Even my own mum. I got my mum obsessed with the show. Like obsessed. She's already watched it nearly 3 times. She's going to be ordering the book. Like, I'm on it. I'm on everyone. Watch the book. Watch the book, you know. Watch the show, read the book. You will love it. And this stunning edition I got because I realised how do I love this book so much? How have I read it 6 times and I don't own a copy? So I just was like, I might as well own the really, really pretty edition that has art, you know? So this is the end papers. Can you see? Can you see? And then I'll show you an art piece. It does have art throughout the book, but I'll just show you the first one. Cute, I know. Oh my gosh. Look at that one. That's their first kiss. Okay, I need to move on. Okay, then I read The Rookie Season by Katie Bailey and Leah Branner. This is a no spice romance because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, not been feeling the spice at the moment. I just needed something non-spicy. So I went into this and my expectations weren't low, but they weren't high. And I was pleasantly surprised. Okay, I had such a good time. So our FMC, she had some things going on in uni, so she dropped out and she needs someone to stay. So one of her friends is like, hey, you can stay with me in my flat, but I also do have 2 other roommates, and one of those roommates is our MMC, and the roommates are all hockey players. She's a dancer, more specifically a ballerina, and she also teaches kids how to dance and how to be a ballerina. And honestly, this book was so good. I had such a fun time. And she also has a cat that loves our MMC and would sneak into his bedroom all the time, and I loved it. I loved those scenes of like the cat just sneaking into the bedroom and him waking up to the cat like right next to him. I just love animals in books. But that is like such a tangent I did not need to go on. I rated this book 4 stars. It was a really good time. I would definitely recommend it, and I will be reading the next book in the series because I'm pretty sure it just come out, so would definitely be reading it. I then read another book I absolutely loved and devoured, and that was A Court of Frost and Starlight. I loved this book. I loved this book, but I also hated parts of it, I'll be honest. But that is besides the point. I loved the found family feeling that this book gives you, the comfort that this book gives you. I loved getting ready for solstice. It is just really a refresher book of our characters, and I loved every second of it. Even though I said I didn't like some parts of it, really and truly I did. I just felt annoyed at some parts because of certain characters being idiots, but it's besides the point. It's gonna happen, right? So but yeah, I loved it. I rated it 4.5 stars. I didn't want to rate this higher than the first book, ACOTAR, but I also didn't want to rate it lower because I loved the whole found family more in this book and the feeling that this book gave me, but the plot is so much better in ACOTAR, obviously. So I rated them the same, and I know some people are probably looking at me like, what? But I loved them both equally for completely different reasons, and so that is why I've rated them the same. Don't come at me, don't judge me, just try and understand me, please. Thank you. I then read The Rule Breaker by Piper Rain. This is the 3rd book in the Dugout series, and as I said, I have loved this series so much. This one is actually about the brother of our MMC in the 2nd book, the one I've already spoken about in this video, and I loved it. So our MMC and our FMC actually have history, so this is a second chance romance, and I loved it. It's forced proximity, a single mom romance, and coach's daughter romance. So her little girl needs help hula hooping for the talent show. She really wants to be able to do it, but she literally is terrible at it. And it so happens that our MOC is amazing at hula hooping for some reason. So he helps her hula hoop, and also the dad slash coach pairs the 2 up for like this whole thing for the team. Like they kind of have to organize events for the team and for like social media and stuff. And so they have to be forced together, forced proximity, old feelings are brought up, and it was such a good time. I rated this one 4 stars because it wasn't as good as the 2nd one, but I still did enjoy it, and obviously he's still a baseball player, so love that. I cannot wait, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for the last book in this series. I know I'm gonna devour it, I know I am. I cannot wait, I cannot wait. And the last book I read in May, and the last book in this video, was Tattooed by Fate by Maggie Lynn. This was actually an ARC and I have to say it was incredible. I loved this book. This was the third book in the Marked series, so it's Marked by Destiny, Scarred by History, and then Tattooed by Fate, and it is a love triangle fantasy romance. But I will say, I've never liked love triangle, but somehow, some way, Maggie Lynn has done it. Maggie Lynn has made me love a love triangle. How? I don't know. And I actually can't believe it, to be honest. But I loved it. All I'm gonna say is, because it is the third book in a series, the tension was incredible. There was a masquerade ball, I loved it, and the forced proximity, oh yeah, it was amazing. I loved it. If you haven't read anything by Maggie Lynn, please do. She is an indie author and go support her because her books are incredible, genuinely. If you don't want to go into a fantasy series, then read her standalone because it's incredible. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, I'll put it here, because for some reason I can't think of the title, but it's really good. I rated Tattooed by Fate 4.35 stars. I really did enjoy it. It was such a good time. So those were all the books I read in March, April and May. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate if you used to like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.